On today's podcast, we are talking about stock trade and investing, my man O. So get your pads and notes and all that stuff out because it's going to be another eventful and insightful and value-driven podcast. Frame on 8 podcast starts right about now.
Get your mind right. Get your mind right.
It's a frame of mind.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the Frame on 8 podcast, everybody. It's your boy Simbawa Nibaya Jr., a.k.a. TK. Along with my man Omar Williams, we call him O, and Denise Obi, we call her D-Nice. Y'all say what's up to the peeps.
Hello.
What's up, good people?
It is another lovely Wednesday morning, and y'all know how we do. We jump right in and get things started. But before we do, it is Affirmation Wednesday, and with that comes affirmations. So if you've got your affirmations written down, or if you got them, memorized, or whatever you want to do, let's get these in and out the way and get our day started. Are you ready? Let's go. Today will be a good day. Today will be a great day. Today will be an awesome day. Today will be an amazing day. Today will be a phenomenal day. Today will be stress-free. Today will be a stressless day. Today I will overcome all barriers that want to block my progress. Today, all circumstances, issues, and situations will work in my favor. Today, I'll become better than who I was yesterday. I am a go-getter. I am victorious. I am triumphant. I am an overcomer. I never lose. I either win or I learn. I take authority over this day. I will dominate this day. I will conquer this day. And everything I have spoken into this day will happen as I have affirmed, because I am more than a conqueror. Let's get it started. So today is Stock Trade and Invest Day, and we do these once a quarter now. We were doing them once a month, and now we've kind of made it once a quarter. To give you guys a hardcore, should I say, 20 minutes of great value. So my man O, he's the man with the plan, the master plan, should I say. So I'm going to relinquish, and I'm going to let my man O have the floor. All you, brother.
All right, can you see we good on my screen, right? Perfection. So first of all, good morning, good people. And I'm happy to be here again doing what I do. The more I learn and go down the rabbit hole of stocks and investing, the more I realize I do not know. As I have like I told you at the beginning of the year that we were going to pay off a home, and we actually did it 2 weeks ago. This stuff works, and I suggest you learn it, go over it, go back. I know it may seem like I'm just sputtering and reading stuff off, but it's actual real information from a real person doing the real thing and actually doing what I'm saying. So go back over the stuff that I've taught before. Go back over and over again. I feel like my last one I did was awesome information. And tonight will be some awesome information. So tonight's presentation will be called Beyond Stocks and Bonds, Exploring Unconventional Investments. So it's not just like, so when you hear people investing, there's way more opportunities than just stocks or bonds. And tonight we're going to talk about them. I kind of alluded to them in one of my other presentations, and now we're going to get right into the meat and potatoes tonight. Okay, so tonight I'll be talking about real estate investment trusts. Who's heard of that? Or private equity, commodities, hedge funds, art and collectibles, and last, we're going to talk about peer-to-peer lending. Okay, let's get started. So, a real estate investment trust, and it's called a REIT for short, okay? And real estate investment trusts are a type of alternative investment that involves owning shares in companies that own and operate income generating real estate properties, such as apartment buildings, shopping centers, and office buildings. Okay. If you didn't think you could own a mall or a shopping center, well, you can do it through a REIT. Okay. REITs also provide investors with an opportunity to invest in real estate without having to purchase it and manage the physical properties themselves. Okay. So you can just invest in the stock and you have the people that run the actual fund doing all the legwork for you and they pay you. It's like you get rent, which is in a dividend. Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself, but REITs typically pay out a high percentage of their profits as dividends, making them an attractive option for income-seeking investors. Additionally, REITs can offer diversification benefits to a portfolio, as they often have low correlations with traditional stock and bond investments. And what that means is if the stock market's crashing or everything's going, going down the tubes, as long as real estate is staying where it's at, it doesn't correlate completely with it. If the real estate market is decent, these REITs will be decent. And before I move on to my next slide, let me give you guys some examples that you can actually take tomorrow. Go to your investment broker. Again, if you've been looking at what I've been teaching, you would know how to get there. Okay. One REIT is called Simon Property Group. Okay. Their ticker symbol is SPG. That REIT they primarily own and operate shopping malls. Okay. Christiana Mall, because we're in Delaware. I'm sorry, I know everybody's not in Delaware, but we have a Christiana Mall and a small Concord Mall. Okay. They own shopping malls and retail properties. There's another one called Prologis. Their ticker symbol is PLD. That's a REIT that specializes in industrial properties such as the warehouses. So all these Amazons you see, Prologis, distribution centers, and logistics facilities. So all these big warehouses and these industrial parks, Prologis has a lot of those that they have. Okay. Equity Residential, okay, is EQR is the ticker symbol, and they're a REIT that primarily owns and operates residential apartment buildings. So all these big old apartment complexes you see coming up, these nice new modern facilities, well, if you like those, EQR, Equity Residential, is a good one to go. I hope you're writing this stuff down just in case you want to get involved. American Tower Corporations, look what these guys own. Their ticker symbol is AMT. They're a REIT that owns and operates communications infrastructures, properties such as cell towers and data centers. Now, everything is tech. So they own data centers and cell phone towers. Like, sounds like a good investment to me. Okay. Again, their ticker symbol is AMT. And last but not least, for these examples of REITs, is Welltower Inc., which is WELL, is their ticker symbol. And that's a REIT that primarily owns and operates healthcare-related properties, such as senior living facilities and medical office buildings. So, like, just going through each and every one of these, all this real estate is things that we do every day, places that we visit every day. Not all of us, but, there's somebody we know in our family that either is in assisted living or senior living. There's somebody that we all have cell phones that have cell towers that we connect with. Residential apartments, we see them all the time. And again, these big industrial parks with these distribution centers and logistics facilities and shopping malls. So that's an example of an investment that's unconventional. Okay. Let's move on to the next slide. You have private equity. Okay, now we're going to start to get into a little bit more sophisticated things. Private equity is another type of alternative investment that involves investing in privately held companies, okay, that are not publicly traded. Okay, so these are not on the market. There's no ticker symbol. It's not on any stock exchange. Okay, private equity firms raise capital from investors and use it to acquire or invest in companies with the goal of improving their performance and ultimately selling their businesses for a profit. Equity company, or you could become an investor in one. It's a quick way to to become rich. A lot of billionaires come through here. There's a rapper named Nas. He invested in Ring before he got bought by Amazon, and a few other companies that like went through the roof. And he's now, I think he's classified as a billionaire, and I think that's just through investing, not through his music catalog or anything. Okay, private equity investments can be high risk, but also high reward. As a successful investment, as successful investments can generate significant returns. However, private equity investments are typically illiquid, which means investors may not be able to sell their shares easily or quickly. So once you put your money in, it's not illiquid. Liquid means you can touch it, you can pull it out, put it back in. Illiquid means there's usually maybe a holding period on your shares. It's like you have to keep the money in there over a specific amount of time. Even like with public companies that go public that went private, or that were private that went public, there's a holding period for when it goes public that they can't just all rush out and cash out their shares. They got to hold it. It's probably a 6-month or a 9-month period that they got to hold it. That's another investment strategy too. Like if anybody goes public, you can wait 9 months and almost guarantee that the shares are going to drop. Little nugget. Or you find out when the holding period is, and then you know around that time shares are going to drop. Next slide. Here's a good one. Commodities. Okay. Commodities are raw materials or primary agriculture products that are traded on commodity exchanges. Okay, such as gold, oil, and corn. Let's just stick with gold. Gold may not make you rich, but gold also doesn't make you poor. So like it's a good asset to have to hold the value of your money, because as we know, inflation is through the roof, and our money, if it's in a savings account when inflation is high, it constantly gets eaten away at all over time. That's why you got to let your money, you got to invest it or make it move by doing one of these ideas I'm telling you. So gold is a good it holds its value. It doesn't go up or down. You're not going to get this, rich off of it unless something really bad goes on in the country or the other countries. But gold is a good asset to hold. You got oil and corn, okay? Investing in commodities can provide investors with diversification, benefits, and a hedge against, like I just talked about, a hedge against inflation, as commodity prices tend to rise during periods of inflation, okay? And again, from an old lesson I had, to protect yourself from inflation, look at inflation as water being poured into the economy, okay? And your assets are like a sponge. So if you own assets, when they're printing more money and inflating the economy, well, your asset will suck up the water that's getting poured into the market, which is the reason why you got people who maybe bought their home for $150,000, and 10 years later, that house is now $400,000. That asset soaked up all that inflation. Okay, and then they sell it $400,000. Bought it at $150,000. Sounds like a good move. Okay. However, investing in commodities can also be risky, as commodity prices can be volatile and subject to geopolitical and economic factors. Additionally, investing in commodities typically requires specialized knowledge and expertise. And also, this is why a lot of people I know they didn't mention currencies, but like foreign currencies or the Forex market is huge, but it also can be affected by geopolitical factors and economic factors. But it also, you can take advantage of them things too. So add Forex to this. Invest in the dollar, invest in the Aussie dollar, invest in the euro dollar, and you can invest in that going up or down. Again, I won't get into it right now, but it requires specialized knowledge and expertise. And with that, we'll go to a commercial.
All righty. A lot of knowledge and stuff dropped here in this first half, so I'm taking notes myself because I've never really gotten into commodities. It's been like one of those I would say Achilles heels for me. But now that I got my man I can do a little something now because now I got a little plan I can put together to get down with some commodities. So when we come back, O's going to finish up his presentation for today on stock, trade, and investment. Don't go anywhere for that money podcast. Be right back. Are you looking for an apparel company that's positive, uplifting, and truly cares about you? Then look no further. Frame of Mind Inc., an apparel brand company, impresses on individuals to think positive thoughts, say positive things, and do positive deeds. Get positive apparel such as t-shirts, hoodies, and wristbands for children, teens, and adults in various colors and sizes. Customized services include logo and t-shirt design, screen printing, and embroidery for individuals, families, schools, profit, and nonprofit organizations. You can reach Frame of Mind Inc. at 302-689-3499 or visit their website at www.frameofmindinc.com. Frame of Mind Inc. Think it, speak it, achieve it.
It's a frame of mind.
All right, everybody, we are back with the second half of our stock, trade, and invest here with my man Omar Williams. I do have a question for him. I'm going to save it for the end because I want him to go ahead and finish this up and give you guys some more knowledge and value on this podcast. So I will step aside. And my man, it's back to you, my brother.
All right, good people. Here we go. We're going to continue on with this presentation. So the next slide is another investment you can invest in is a hedge fund. Okay, but let me read it and then I'll get into that. Hedge funds are another type of alternative investment that involve pooling capital from accredited investors. Let's stop right there. Sometimes an accredited investor means this is what an accredited investor means. You have at least 500,000 liquid, or you have 1 million liquid, or you have 5 million liquid. And remember, I just told you what liquid means. You could touch it. It's not locked up in an asset or locked up anywhere. You can actually touch that 5 million or that 1 million or that 500,000. So like the barrier to entry is kind of high. Okay, which that's why we gotta learn all these different ways to invest so we can one day get our money to the point where we can pool our money with other people with means and resources and invest in things like this. Okay. So accredited investors and using it to invest in a range of assets, such as they also invest in stocks, they invest in bonds, they invest in derivatives, and they invest in currencies, like I just talked about. Hedge funds are typically managed by professional fund managers who use complex investment strategies to generate returns. So these guys are the smartest of the smarts, taking the riches of the rich money and investing it for them. If you watch things like CNBC, and you watch the exchange during the day, all the people they bring on there, for the most part, outside of CEOs, either run a hedge fund or run some kind of equity firm where they're investing money. A popular lady is Kathy Wood. She's on there all the time. She's like the darling now of hedge funds. Okay. So hedge funds can offer investors the potential for high returns, as well as the ability to hedge, thus the name hedge fund, against market downturns. However, hedge funds are typically only available to accredited investors and come with high fees and high risk. So this is another, they box out the little man with that accredited investor line, but we're not going to stay little forever. So that accredited investor means you have, again, for either 500,000, 1 million, or whatever the fund requires. I'm sure it goes up to where you'd be like, oh my goodness, I need half a $1 billion just to invest in this hedge fund. I'm sure that there's situations out there like that. Okay. But when we get there, it's good to know that they exist. And a lot of times you can protect your money. And if you start family, like, we leave inheritances to our family, and we set up our family with we leave them things, and we start building our wealth and building our family's wealth. Well, it's good to know we can wrap up some of our money in a hedge fund. Okay. Here's another thing that, as I dig down in this rabbit hole, I never understood why some people will buy $10 million painting or buy a car that's $300 million that they can never drive. Never understood it. But art and collectibles are a way to store your value. So, like, if you buy a appreciating asset that's a collectible or art, you can buy that $100 million Lamborghini from 1978. That's not. It's going to appreciate in value because it's a collectible. Okay, I'm thinking it was just a car, and it's bigger than that. So, investing in art and collectibles such as fine art, rare coins is one, and vintage cars can be another form of alternative investment. Art and collectibles can appreciate in value over time and can provide investors with a tangible asset that they can also enjoy. So not only does it have to sit in your garage, you actually can go drive the Ford Model T if you own one, or that Lamborghini, the 1978 Lamborghini, or the Ferrari, the very first Ferrari ever made, right? You could actually drive that thing and it still will appreciate in value. Because when we go buy our regular cars off the lot, they say as soon as you hit the street, it depreciates immediately, right? So when we get our money up and we get our wealth up and we start building our nest egg, we can start looking for things like art. Sports cards are one. I can only imagine what a Kobe Bryant rookie card would cost right now, or a Wayne Gretzky rookie card would be right now, or the first Michael Jordan card ever created. Those things are probably through the roof, okay? Because it's an art, it's a collectible, okay? However, investing in art collectibles can be subject and speculative because anything can happen. I'm sure LeBron James cards went through the roof when he broke that record. When he broke the scoring title. Okay. As the value of these assets is largely determined by demand and supply factors. So if nobody wants your art, I don't care if it's Picasso or a Van Gogh or a Warhol. If nobody wants to buy it, it means nothing. So that's the risk you take with arts and collectibles, okay? As well as the reputation of the artist or the collector. So, like, and that's a good one right there too. Say you buy an artist and then they get locked up for something, that's not so good. Well, now that $1 million that art piece that was worth $1 million by such and such artist, he gets locked up for doing something he should have done. Now nobody wants it, and now that $1 million piece is worth nothing. Okay. Additionally, investing in art and collectibles typically require specialized knowledge and expertise. So do your due diligence if you want to go this route. Learn it, study it, focus on like what makes something cost. Because even when you learn it, you can buy something now for $10. That may sound crazy, but if you kind of learn what they're looking for or learn what makes something become valuable, you can catch something now. You could do it with the reason I'm talking about sports cars because I kind of understand that more. So if like you see an athlete coming, like a Zion, what's his name? Zion. He plays for the Pelicans. Like if you see him coming and you go, okay, he got a potential to be the next LeBron James. Well, we want to get his cards. This guy, Luka Doncic. Like if you kind of start understanding, okay, this player is going to be something. You can kind of start collecting on his stuff early. Like I said, I really only understand it from the sports card aspect. But if you understand art or cars, you can go that route. Okay. And my last slide is called peer-to-peer lending, okay? Also known as P2P lending. It is a form of alternative investment that involves lending money to individuals or small business through online platforms, okay? P2P lending platforms connect lenders with borrowers, and investors can earn interest on their loan. So you can lend your money through these peer-to-peer lending groups and collect interest. That's another alternative way to get some money on, get return on your money, okay? P2P lending can offer investors the potential for high returns as well as the ability to diversify their portfolios, okay? However, P2P lending can be risky as borrowers may default on their loans. You may not get paid back, and there is no guarantee that investors will receive their principal and interest payment. And let me give you a few peer-to-peer lending examples. Okay, so one you may have heard of is called Lending Club. This is one of the largest peer-to-peer lending platforms offering personal loans, business loans, and auto refinancing. Okay, borrowers can receive loans up to $40,000 with fixed interest rates. So all you people who need money to start something, to start a business, Lending Club is a place to go. Prosper is one. Prosper is another well-established lending company. Okay, it offers up to 40,000 with fixed interest rates, and it offers loans for small businesses. You may have heard of this one called Upstart. Upstart is a little bit different. It uses artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms to assess borrowers' credit worthiness. Okay, Upstart offers personal loans, and they go a little bit higher to $50,000 with a fixed rate. Okay, Peerform is another one. It specializes in personal loans for debt consolidation. So again, if I've talked about all this stuff before, if you want to consolidate your debt and get out of debt faster, this platform offers personal loans for debt consolidation, home improvements, and other purposes. Peerform offers loans up to $25,000 with fixed rate interest. Okay, and last but not least, one called Funding Circle. Funding Circle is a P2P lending platform that specializes in small business loans. Funding Circle offers loans up to, wait till you hear it, $500,000 with fixed interest rates and terms ranging from 6 months to 5 years. Okay, and it is important to note that P2P lending carries some risk included. The possibilities of default or fraud, right? Borrowers should carefully review the terms and conditions of each P2P lending platform before taking out a loan, and lenders should carefully vet potential borrowers before investing. And again, that's my presentation. I suggest again you you go back over this information, listen to it with a listening ear. Don't just don't just listen to it like, oh, he's just rambling on. I'm telling you, this stuff works. I suggest you go through all my stock and trade ones. I'm telling you, there's some nuggets there. Again, the more and more I learn, I just learned the other day, and I'll probably talk about it later on, how to turn your house into a checking account. But we'll leave it at that. I'll leave you on the tip of your. I'll leave you with that.
Yeah, brother. Let's leave him right there, brother. Leave him right.
I'll leave him with that. Yeah.
That's for another day, another time. Little something.
Yeah.
So this is what I want to do right now. So I want to go back real quick to what you said that you guys paid off your house, right?
Yes, sir.
And so I know we talked about this, if not the last stock and trade one, but the one before. So it might have been maybe 3 months ago or 4 months ago.
3 months ago, yeah.
Talked about
it. Might
it.
be beginning of the year.
And y'all were in the midst of doing that. So just tell the people how long it took y'all to pay off. Again, this is a brand new house built from the ground. How long did it take you guys to pay this off?
All right, well, no. So let me correct something.
Okay, let me correct me.
My actual house, my from the ground up house, no, we're still paying on that.
Okay.
Is a rental property we paid off in 10 years.
Got you. Okay. Got you.
Okay. But the information, I'm saying 10 years, but the information we got, you know when I got the information, TK? We went to Atlanta.
Oh, 2018.
Yes, man.
Oh, okay.
I came back. I didn't even pay for nothing. He gave a nugget and I ran with it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So, and what I just talked about at the end of this one, I found a new product, man. Banks have products, y'all, that unless you don't know, they won't tell you. It's just that simple. It's products, man, that you just got to qualify for them, and you can really change your life.
I'm going to give a quick shout out real quick. Some of you might know this person, you may not. The person me and Omar are talking about in 2018, we went to go see. His name is Myron Golden. Look him up. Man now. You don't know who he is. Look him up. Myron Golden is a gold mine.
Yes, he is.
Him that a lot of people don't know about, and this man knows a lot about wealth, money, and not to mention Hebrew scripture.
Yes.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yes.
So cool. So we got that corrected. All right, cool. Second thing I want to mention is that it's a question. It's a statement along with a question, and you can kind of say how you want. It's been reported that China, Brazil, and Russia and India are looking to create another currency, right?
Mhm.
And so, and in doing this, they're looking to reject the U.S. dollar. What would you briefly say to people out there who are listening? What that means, or kind of just what are your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, so that whole deal, basically, they're saying that like so if you know anything about fiat currency, okay, every currency that's pulled away from a asset backing it, meaning gold, right? It's went to zero. Okay, so these countries are now pulling together and getting and kind of connecting. So what makes our currency powerful is that everything's traded in that. Everything's traded in the dollar. Okay. And if now these other countries don't need so imagine they're doing trade. China and Brazil and Russia is doing trade um, outside of our dollar. Now we're not as powerful anymore. Okay. But again, I don't think it's nothing. It's something to worry about, but it's going to take a lot to replace uh, our dollar, especially if we go digital.
Got you.
Yeah, that's my thoughts. Again, that's not my wheelhouse as far as but it's good to know of. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's not my wheelhouse.
Got
Yeah.
you. I just wanted to just to have you just kind of touch on that because I know that there's people out there who listen to our podcast who probably know that, and there's those who don't. And it's just a matter of just having just a general knowledge of what that is, what it means, and especially what it means when it comes to the market. So again, something that we should worry about, but again, it's gonna take a lot.
It's gonna take a lot, yeah. And again, it's they're just now going around us they're trying to create. Basically, China wants to be the world currency. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how that goes down. You know.
Exactly. Cool. Well, Denise, you got anything that you want to say, add, question, anything like that before we kind of wrap up?
Oh, just to clarify for the people, is it Myron Golding with an M or with a B?
M.
Myron. So
Okay.
Myron. Myron Golden, as in Golden Nugget.
Okay.
All
Just
right.
want to make sure.
And he got a YouTube channel.
He does, and
Okay.
he's got some really good stuff on there. There's some biblical stuff on there. There's some finance stuff on there. It's a lot on there you can use to just. And I'm telling you, like the moment he opens his mouth, starts talking, you be like, "What in the world? Where did he get all this knowledge from? It's crazy." But that's who we went to go see. And then, like Omar said, he gave him one. We were there for
3 days.
3 days, and in that 3 days, one nugget.
He gave me one nugget.
Oh God, he was like, "I'm set for life."
And it was a free nugget. It was a free nugget. He was, like I said, he was selling his product, but after every session, I don't know if nobody realized it, he gave one free nugget after every session.
Yep.
And this one session, he said what he said, and I'm like, say that again. I ain't quite understand it. As soon as I got home, I'm doing my research, and like I said, we're here. Like it worked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, 10-year period, 5 years later. I'm just saying, like, stuff works. But you got
now when we're about to attack, so the house that just got built, we're about to attack that.
Yeah.
So
now there's a snowball effect.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll maybe and next quarter we'll come back with your other subject and we'll touch on that. Of course, again, my man always got his own package. So if you want to dive deeper into what he's doing and really understand exactly how he's doing it, you got to get your O package, which means that you're going to have to come out your pocket and you're going to have to pay some money. But at the same time, this is his own strategy that works. I've got a portion of my O package. I don't have the ultimate, but I got the one that works for me, and it's working for me right now. So that's all I'm going to say. The last thing I will say is that we got a new product of the month, and that product is Actions Speak Louder. If you see the video portion, I got the long sleeve shirt on right now. Actions Speak Louder. It's got the little gold speak in the middle with the underlines. Got a little metallic gold on there. You can go there right now, beginning today, till the end of the month. I believe that is the 28th. I'll say that Friday, I believe. You can actually get short sleeve, long sleeve, or hoodie, various colors. You put in the product code actions, and you can receive a nice, friendly Frame of Mind Inc. discount on any of those 3 products in any color. We have up to about 3 to 4x, from small 3 to 4x. And on top of that, you can get some other content behind it to help you continue to think and speak and achieve it here on the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast and everywhere that you go. So with that said, continue to think it, speak it, and achieve it. And until next time, we holla. Thank you for joining the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. And as always, here at Frame of Mind Inc., think positive thoughts, say positive things, and do positive deeds. As our tagline says, think it, speak it, achieve it. See you next time.
It's a frame of mind. It's what you say and what you do.
Don't forget to check us out on the web at www.frameofmindinc.com, where you can browse our online apparel store, listen to some of our original music and production services, as well as view our videos and projects we've done for our clients and customers.